What's up guys, Chris here. Today I'm going to be doing a review of my 2015 Fiesta St. I've had this car about 6 months now. It's a 2015 Fiesta ST3 spec. Basically there's 3 trims in the ST1, 2 and 3. It's basically equipment levels. Like ST1 you get nothing, basic seats, air conditioning, standard stuff. ST2 upgrades you with a keyless entry, these lovely Recaro seats, which are hugely supportive by the way, and what else does it come with? A Sony radio. And the ST3 spec improves on that further with climate control instead of standard heating. You have automatic lights, automatic wipers, sat nav, and I think that's it. But yeah, I opted for because I plan on keeping this car for a while, I opted for the high spec ST3. It's a 1.6 litre, 180 horsepower, turbocharged unit. 0 to 60, 6.9 seconds. Top speed 139 miles an hour. I have no doubt in my mind that this car will hit that speed. I mean, for a little 1.6 litre, this thing goes. This thing really goes. I mean, it's the fastest car I've owned. I used to have a 1 litre Fiesta EcoBoost engine, a 2013 Fiesta, and this was just a massive difference, guys, when I got this car. When I upgraded to this car, immediately, obviously the power is, you know, it's much more powerful. But also I noticed as well, the downside I noticed was the ride comfort. The ride comfort it's okay once it's at the higher speeds, but at these lower speeds it is quite bumpy, as you can probably tell from the camera. Apart from the standard Fiesta, there's not much difference inside the cabin apart from these seats. Different instrument cluster, like a red, more sporty instrument cluster. ST embossed steering wheel. And that's about it really. And the roof lining is grey was like a dark grey instead of like a light grey. That's really the only difference. I got this car in the Spirit Blue paint. I was debating whether to go for the orange or the blue when I bought this car, because the orange looks lovely when the sun's out. When the sun's out, it really comes out nice and orange. But when it's kind of grey and overcast like this, it just looks like a faded red. And it's not that appealing. If I was in like another Mediterranean country, somewhere it's nice and sunny, I'd probably go for the orange. But because the blue looks good, you know, whatever the weather, in the shade it looks kind of like a dark purpley blue. In the sun it goes like electric blue. It's stunning. It's really stunning. I would not trade it for anything else right now, which is actually quite a statement. You know, when someone says they would never change their car for something else, that's quite a statement. But it's the truth, I wouldn't. I love it. Yeah, I'm following my cousin right now. He's got a BMW 335i, and yeah, that car would eat this in a straight line. Completely destroy this performance-wise in a straight line. But I'd rather have this because it's just puts such a smile on my face, and I enjoy it so much. It's such a good little car. It's so much fun. Yeah, handling-wise as well. Handling-wise, this car is very, very hard to beat in terms of handling. There's not much that will compete with this, especially at this price range. At this price range, I can't think of anything. This car feels like it was also made for the track. The way this car handles is, I could happily take this car on a track and feel safe and have an absolute laugh doing it, because this car gives you, like when you're going around corners, it gives you a lot of confidence. It gives you a lot of confidence in terms of you don't feel like you're ever on the limit with this car. I never feel like I'm on the limit, and I don't ever feel kind of scared in this car when I'm pushing around a corner. That's a good and bad thing you could say, because it's good because I feel like I'm safe while still having loads of fun. But it's bad because again, you haven't got that adrenaline rush of being on the edge. But I don't think it really matters, to be honest, because like if you drove this car, you'd understand what I mean. It's very hard to explain. Like when you're going around a corner, you can feel the car like pivoting beneath you. It doesn't understeer at all. There's no understeer. The back just comes round with you, and you almost get a bit of oversteer, which is kind of strange. And it's also got a torque vectoring system on it. So basically, if you're pushing to a corner too hard, apart from traction control, obviously, you also it also brakes the inside wheel, whichever wheel loses traction. So if I'm going into a hard right-hand bend, you can feel it braking the inside wheel, which in turn kills the understeer and just slows me down a fraction, just so I can go around that corner nice and tight, nice and smoothly. That's what's unique about this little front-wheel drive, because it hasn't got the characteristics of a front-wheel drive car in corners. And the feel of it, you can tell it's front-wheel drive, but it hasn't got those typical understeer characteristics. The driving position's really good. Gear shifting slick. Like, and you can just about heel and toe in this car as well. The pedals are set up pretty well for you to heel and toe. But yeah, enough talking. Guys, let's roll this window down, give some noise in this cabin, and have some fun.